Hey, kids. You know, I've been married 25 years. Thank you. I mean, not all in a row to the same woman or anything. That would be really hard, I think. And we've got it tough as it is, because my wife and I, we're complete opposites. I'm a retired engineer, and she's interesting. She says that most of my engineer friends remind her of serial killers. And I don't want to argue with her because I get so angry. And actually, she has a point. I mean, engineers and serial killers both tend to be detail-oriented white males with an unhealthy fascination with duct tape. But what I've learned is that marriage is all about compromise, right? For example, I don't like dogs, but my wife does. So we compromise. We only have 7 dogs. I'm from Western New York. She's from Las Vegas. So we moved to Las Vegas. She wants to get a breast reduction. So I'm letting mine get a lot bigger. Compromise. Now, I'm lucky that I married her because actually, throughout my life, I've had trouble meeting women. That's not the funny part. In fact, when I was younger, my nickname was Olive Oil because I was extra virgin. We adopted a retired racing greyhound, and now I know why they call them greyhounds. Because when she farts, it smells like a bus. And she's a rescue. We found her by the side of the road holding up a sign that said, "We'll bark for food." After she retired from racing, she spent a couple years as a captive blood donor. And I had a lot of empathy for that because on the grammar school playground, I was also often a captive blood donor, usually through the nose. She's a good dog, but she has kind of a queasy stomach. Last night I gave her a duck treat and found out she was lactose intolerant. No, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. She's fine. I gave her a pup sip. So I moved here from Western New York. I had a little trouble adjusting at first. You know, I missed a few things. Like, I really miss having a nice big front lawn. The other day I yelled at some kids to get off my rocks, but that sounded a little creepy. At least that's what the nice detective told me. But I was also excited to move here because I'd heard so many things. You know, the city motto is, if the heat stroke doesn't get you, the scorpions will. It's a place where you put things in the oven to cool them off. The city that said, you know, gambling, hookers, and booze 24 hours a day isn't enough. Let's legalize some drugs. So I got here and they gave me a handbook, you know, to help me adjust. So I turned to the section about driving in Las Vegas. It was kind of short, just one word, don't. Now I know why, because the traffic here is insane. I mean, personally, I would like my obituary to read, died peacefully in his sleep at 95, not sideswiped by a landscaping truck on 95. And you've got to learn all new terminology, too. Out here, the sidewalk is known as the right-hand lane. The pedestrians are called speed bumps. And those crazy people doing 100 miles an hour in traffic, those are valets. But you know what I hate? It's a trick question. I'm an old white man. I hate everything. But what I really hate is this whole aging process, you know? I mean, I didn't mind going gray. It kind of matches my personality. But I think I'm starting to lose some hair. No, seriously, you can see a bald spot right here. And another thing I hate is that as I'm getting older, I'm also going blind. Apparently the nuns were right about that. I went to the optometrist. He told me to read the top line, and I struggled for a couple minutes, and finally he said, "Would it help if I told you they were numbers?" No, it didn't help. The worst thing is, it's really difficult to find high-quality Braille porn. Now, you know you're getting old when it hurts to blink. I just take ibuprofen and sprinkle it on my Cheerios in the morning and call it good. Gets me through the day. You know how sometimes you walk into a room and forget why you're there? Usually I'm in the wrong house. And I think it's great that Las Vegas has legalized recreational pot. But now at my age, being hungry, sleepy, dizzy, and forgetful isn't really something I need any help with. Another thing that I don't like about getting older is that I'm turning into that guy who talks about the good old days all the time. Don't you hate those guys? Well, that's me now. You know, I reminisce about back in the day when people used turn signals and OJ was just a football player. And all we had was Betamax and chill. There was no keeping up with the Kardashians. We were just keeping up with the car payments. Clubbing was just something that happened to baby seals. A cougar was just a big cat, not an old pussy. But I'll tell you one thing I do like about retirement is that now I've finally got time to play some golf. And for me, golf is like sex. I'm not very good at it. I'm usually by myself. And sometimes I lose a ball. I'm John Sekol. Thanks a lot.